Hello neighbor, this is Curt with etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Benton Little Shift single bike carrier on our 2024 Toyota 4Runner. Now if you've had any experience with this particular bike carrier, or if you have any questions about it, please leave those in the comments below. We'd love to take those stories and those questions and use them to help our other neighbors make the best decision possible. Now if you're somebody that doesn't have a whole lot of use for a multiple bike rack, or if you're just somebody who likes to be able to have your bike handy on here to be able to take a ride whenever you please without making a really big footprint behind your vehicle, the Benton Little Shift is an excellent choice for you. The bike rack itself only weighs 25 pounds. However, it has a capacity of 80 pounds for that single bike you can carry on here. Now that should be able to accommodate even the heaviest of e-bikes that are out there. And it also can accommodate a wheelbase up to 50 inches wide because both of the wheel cups can tilt to adjust for that, meaning even if you have a kid's bike with a shorter wheelbase, you could tilt the cups upward like that and you'll be able to fit that small kid's bike on here. They're going to attach either to the frame or to the wheel using this mount right here, which is adjustable by sliding it up and down on the shaft here and latching it down into place. You can remove the hook, move it over here to the frame if you have fenders on your bike, or if you have a bike that's a carbon fiber frame and you don't want to attach to that, you can mount it to your wheel. So the Little Shift also has some features when the bike's not even on it. So let's go ahead and take the bike off and take a look at those features. Now that we've got our bike removed, we've stowed our straps, we've stowed our arm, this area right here, this is actually a platform that can be used as a step. Now, if you're the owner of a 4Runner, there's a high likelihood that you probably use rooftop accessories with a roof rack. Well, if you've got anything mounted toward the rear, this step's going to make it pretty easy for you to get up from the back and to reach into anything that you might need to. You can also double it up as a seat for yourself if you need to change your shoes or anything like that, or just relax after a long ride. It's very easy to just plop a seat right here. Again, change your shoes, relax a little bit, drink your water before you head on home. Now the surface of that step does have a kind of an anti-slip surface. It's a bit rough. Plus you've got these bolt heads sticking up. So if you are going to use it as a seat and you're wearing, bike shorts or some delicate clothing, I would definitely recommend setting a towel down before you do. But once you set a towel down, this should be perfectly comfortable for you to have a seat and relax a little bit. Now this does use a special anti-rattle pin and clip. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the clip. Remove the nut off the end here. Now you can tighten this down pretty nicely to give it that anti-rattle effect. And once we have this out, this pin doesn't rotate while it's in the pinhole. And that's because it uses a D-shaped pin with a flat edge right there. So just a standard pin isn't going to work in this bike rack, but that's also one of the things that helps keep it from vibrating and rattling around too much on us. Now, while we're down here, it's also a good idea to take a look at what kind of clearance you're going to have behind the vehicle. Now, one of the things to keep in mind with this is that if you're familiar with platform racks that go into that fold-up position, this really doesn't come out any further than that. So if you've been using one of those, you should be able to use one of these really comfortably. From the bumper, this is only going to extend out about 22 inches if you include the button here on the arm. And as far as ground clearance goes, we're at just under 21 inches off of the ground. And that's because the shank of the Little Shift actually has a little bit of a rise to it. So it actually ends up being higher than the bottom of the hitch. I would have no concerns whatsoever about bottoming out my bike rack if I'm going up a somewhat steep incline or driveway. So there's a look at the Benton Little Shift single bike rack on our 2024 Toyota 4Runner. I'm Curt with etrailer. Thanks for stopping by.